Hey everyone, it's Andy here from Saving to Invest, and I just wanted to discuss with you today the end of the $300 weekly unemployment benefit that's being paid on top of regular unemployment, and specifically how, as part of the end of the PUA and PEUC programs, this benefit is going to go away. And the issue right now is that they're ending, a lot of states are looking to end this early because of the labor shortages. So I'm going to discuss about why this is happening, which states may be impacted, and some options you have. As always, if the information here is useful to you, please hit the like button. And to be getting more videos like this, please subscribe. So, you may have seen some headlines recently. There's been a labor shortage. We've had a sort of record jobs report, and unemployment is heading down. But a lot of states are complaining that they cannot find enough people to fill a lot of the retail jobs. Those are the jobs that are probably more seasonal, lower paid jobs. And they're blaming a lot of this due to the enhanced unemployment benefit programs that are in place. And I'll talk about that shortly. But some states like Montana and South Carolina have already announced that they're going to stop the pandemic unemployment benefits, which basically means the PUA, the PUC program, and the $300 FPUC program. By stopping these programs, which means they don't take federal funds, they stop paying these, and new claimants cannot claim these funds, and all they'll have is regular unemployment. You can see here that South Carolina, Montana, and now Arkansas are the three states that have, as of recording this video, have stopped this, but many more are following this. And really, the details behind this is in an article I've written about, which I'll post in the description below. It's really just purely because governors and businesses in the state feel that people are getting paid more from staying at home or less hassle to go to work, and so are not coming to work. And a lot of these businesses cannot fully reopen despite the pandemic restrictions being lifted because of the unemployment benefits. Now, a lot of these unemployment benefits currently under the Biden extension go till the week of September 4th, but with the end of this, a lot of these states are doing it by the end of June. So what it'll mean is July, August, if you qualify for the PUA and the PEUC program, essentially means you won't be able to get the $300 unemployment payment either. And so by stopping enrollment in these new programs or existing claims or new claims, they'll stop that payment. So right now it's South Carolina, Montana, and Arkansas. But you can see on this map, these are the states I think may come next. Not surprisingly, it's very much along state Republican and Democrat state lines. So I think right now we'll see Texas, Florida, Arizona, Montana, Nebraska, South Dakota. They're going to start. They have a lot of industries that people are paid minimum wage or at minimum wage, and the unemployment benefits work out to about $15 equivalent per hour, based on the average. And so a lot of these states where they're paying below 15, workers are like, why would I come back, potentially have health hazards until unemployment benefits run out in September? So a lot of the governors have said, well, to address this, let's just stop paying benefits. And because unemployments are administered by states, even though it's federally funded, if they stop allowing processing of claims, then they won't get the federal funds and they can stop paying it. So it's completely legal. States can do it. Even though the funding is available, they need to choose to accept it by complying with the programs. And if they don't comply with the PUA and the PEUC programs, the biggest ones that extend traditional unemployment benefits, then the $300 payment will stop. So it's completely legal, and many of them are doing it. But on the other side of the argument, a lot of people are questioning that, are these benefits really the reason people are not working or Americans are going out of the labor force? And that's why we're not seeing the jobless rate fall faster or people go back to work. Now, obviously, it's a very political issue, and people are saying, study after study has shown that the benefits are not causing it, and it's more due to people afraid to go back to work. They have child care issues at home that they can't go back until schools reopen. So both sides are saying that canceling unemployment benefits at this time is a dangerous move. Businesses, small businesses in particular, are like, people aren't coming back because of the unemployment benefits. So it's a very dividing issue. And as you can see with the previous map, it is the states that are definitely aligning from a political perspective. I think you'll start seeing more states do it around end of June or just after Independence Day, and I won't be surprised if it spreads to many more states that are shown on this map. So just to quickly recap, what does this mean? I mean, I just want to quickly give a recap of what the current unemployment programs that are there in place today. So obviously, all of these about the stimulus programs and the extensions that funded a lot of these unemployment benefits. Again, these are federal funding approved by Congress, so the money was made available. The last one was the Biden Rescue Plan that took it until September 6th, which is week ending September 4th in most states. The PUC, again, this is for those people who were getting regular state unemployment, but then this extended it up to another 53 weeks. And then you had pandemic unemployment insurance, which is now extended for almost up to 74 weeks. Now, most of these are now until September 4th, like I said before. And if you qualify for any of these two programs, including regular unemployment, you will get the extra $300 FPUC payment. That's a supplementary weekly payment above and beyond these payments. And also for some people, they got the mixed earner unemployment compensation for $100. But if they states that are canceling this are basically saying at the end of June, early July, as you can see with this line, they will completely cut off all these benefits. So if you can't enroll in PUA or the PUC program and you've used up all your regular state unemployment, you won't get the $300 payment. That's automatic because the qualifications to get the $300 FPUC is you need to be making $1 in unemployment from the other programs. So it's a pretty drastic cut for a lot of people who've probably used up all their regular unemployment and they're relying on PUA and PUC for unemployment benefits. So the idea is that then they have to start looking for work. There's already pushes in place to add work search requirements, like in Florida, like in Texas, they're requiring you to show, even in Virginia, that you're searching for jobs if you can find it. And normally it's only really for COVID related reasons you can say no. But if they cut off these pandemic unemployment benefits, then even if for COVID reasons, you can't say no. So people will suddenly be shut off at the beginning of July if they don't find a job, which is a scary prospect for a lot of people. So just to summarize this, I'm going to keep updating this and you'll see more videos around this. You can always subscribe to get the updates, and I've got some more detailed links below. States do process and administer unemployment benefits. So whether it's state funded or the federal funded PUA and PUC, states administer it based on the Department of Labor guidelines. So they can choose not to follow the guidelines, and so they will lose federal funding. And this is why they're legally allowed to not to cancel the programs anytime they want. They can refuse those federal funds, and then they can say they can't administer PUA and PUC, and local state residents don't really have much options if they decide to do this, unless they want to change the political party in place. Small businesses are pushing for this, again, like I said before, to address getting staff back in place. By deciding not to process the PUA and the PUC claims, state unemployment departments will essentially revert back to traditional unemployment. This will basically mean if you don't qualify or benefit years over, you will have no benefits in that state. And unless you can get into the PUA program and PUC program, you won't get the $300 weekly payment as well. And that would end in June as well. So it'd be a double whammy. You'll lose unemployment benefits and then you'd lose the $300 payment. So this is the hope that by doing this, they'll force you to get back to work. Like I've showed earlier, I'm still questionable if this will completely get people back. I think there is still a fear. A lot of people, vaccination in this country is about 50% if you include the vaccines plus natural immunity through people who've got COVID. So it's still not at herd immunity. And I think a lot of people, especially in the northeastern states and central states, are skeptical of going back to work. That being said, I also understand unless Congress raises the minimum wage or businesses can pay a lot more than what unemployment pays, people probably won't go back till September. Why take a risk or why take the effort if you can stay at home and get paid to be at home? So there's both sides of the argument. I'm not saying one is right or the other. I'm not going to go into too political here. So it's a very hot debate. As more states end up canceling these pandemic unemployment benefits, I think this is going to get more and more attention, and a lot of people are going to be impacted, even though they realize it or not, because there's still a lot of people who are still struggling to get their claims due to other reasons. But this is just going to make it sort of much more direct, and people will start facing this. And so, if you're in this situation, if you're in a state that has or is potentially canceling its benefits, start preparing now. Either write to your local representative or start looking for jobs, because come July, if you haven't found a job, you could suddenly go from earning $600 a week from unemployment with the supplementary benefits to zero.